Hello again, everyone. This is Zombie Kids Rule, and I'm back for what should be a pretty quick tutorial on how to show more than 100 pictures on the screen at any given time in RPG Maker MZ. MZ has a maximum limit of 100 pictures by default, and but there's a way around this, and I have seen people, when I wanted to do it, I searched and didn't really find any good solutions. I know other people had searched for it. But then, thankfully, a couple people over on rpgmakerweb.com helped me out here. And so I want to share this with anybody else who's looking for how to basically increase the number of pictures you can show on the screen at any given time. For most people, they probably don't need to do that. 100 is probably sufficient. But I am using a lot of show pictures, and in my Sudoku game, I'm up to probably, well, geez, I don't know, maybe 250, 300 at a time. And of course, having a larger number that you can call upon allows you to not have to reuse pictures, which can get problematic depending on how you're doing it, using picture numbers, reusing picture numbers. So hopefully this will be pretty easy. You do have to make a plugin, but it's a very easy plugin. It's a very simple plugin, and I'll tell you how to do it yourself, because you can't really download it from anywhere, but you can make it yourself. It's very simple. So I'll just throw my caveat out there. I am not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I just want to share what I have learned that has helped me, and that I think might help other people, and that I haven't seen anyplace else. So that's the real purpose behind this. All right, let's jump right into this. So first of all, in order to do this, you have to have a new plugin. So let me actually just go here, my plugin folder. You will have to create a plugin, and you will have to save it to your plugins folder, okay, of your project, and then you'll have to turn it on. And I do have a tutorial, and there's other tutorials out there about how to add a plugin, how to activate plugins, things like this. This one is the one I'm talking about. This is a plugin that I didn't create the script. Another person gave me the script, and then I just put it into a plugin, and of course it's running here. So that's how you have to, once you make this plugin, you have to put it in the right folder of your project, and then you have to turn it on. Okay, so when I go here, right, the plugin has its name. You turn it on or off. Basically says the help, or if there's any parameters. This is a very, very simple plugin. I didn't put my name as the author in here or anything like that. It's you do you, but I will give a shout out to the person who gave me the script. Okay, so this plugin's on. All right, let me go back here. So first, this is the plugin that you need. So if you didn't know, you can basically take any plugin that comes with MZ, and you can open it up. Okay, I think I'm just using Notepad Plus or something. I don't know. I'm just using something, Notepad. And that allows you to look at a plugin, how it's made, what it's doing, try to figure it out. And you can also, of course, like, for instance, copy the beginning portion if you wanted to, which is just like information about the plugin. This isn't really doing anything, right? This backslash here means this is all comment. This is all a comment, so it doesn't really do anything. So in a software like, say, Notepad or something, you can just type this. All right. So backslash asterisk, right, colon. Basically, the backslash is telling the plugin. It's basically telling the game, this is just a comment. You're going to ignore this. This is just informational purposes. At the target is MZ. Again, this is just informational. At plugin description basically is what the name of the plugin is. The help, this is what's showing up in the help. This is free to use or modify, no credit required, whatever you want to put in there. Again, this here, this is all comment. It doesn't do anything. It's just the comments. Now, what the script, this is what's actually doing something in the game, in the project. This is a script, and I want to give a shout out to the user Bass2Yang. So BASS2YANG, Bass2Yang. They gave me this script in response to a request, one of my questions of how to do this. And so this is the simple script that ends up having to change something, right, in the way the game project works. So game underscore screen, capital screen, dot, prototype, dot, and now you can tell what this is doing. Max pictures, right? Max capital pictures equals function, open and closed parentheses. So now we're going to say, okay, well, what is it actually doing? Curly bracket, open curly bracket, return 400. This is setting the number of max pictures to 400. When I initially tested it, I did it at 200. And then I increased it to 300 because I needed more pictures. And then I increased it to 400 because I needed more pictures. So, and then you have your semicolon, and then your closing curly brackets, and another semicolon. If you type this, okay, exactly the way it is here, if you type that exactly the way it is here, as a plugin, in a plugin, you have to save it as a .js file. Okay, you have to save it as a .js file. Then this is going to increase the maximum number of pictures that you can have while in your project in MZ. Okay, so again, all this portion up here is just informational. This is what's actually doing something. It's changing it to whatever you put in here as a value. Okay, the default maximum is 100. So 200, 300, 400, whatever. So there's that. Now, I will say that I think I read somewhere about the game using certain picture IDs for certain things that relate to combat. I'm not sure about that. So because my Sudoku game isn't doing any sort of combat, it's not doing any battle processing, that's not going to be a problem for me. But I just want to throw that out there. If the game, for any reason, uses certain IDs, which I can't imagine it would, but anyway, I just want to put it out there. I've only tested this on my Sudoku puzzle. I don't know if this would cause any other problems. So anyway, it might not. I just want to put that out there. This is increasing the max pictures that can be displayed on the screen to 400. Now, if you also use the ButtonPicture plugin that comes default with MZ, you need to modify that as well. And you can do that by simply taking the plugin that is in your project folder in MZ. It's you open it up again, like I'm using Notepad. So you open it up, and then for the only change that you have to make in this ButtonPicture plugin that will allow you to click on pictures that have a higher ID than 100, right? Because again, it's set to 100. Is you just have to find the two spots where it was 100 and change them to whatever your value you need it to be in your increase max picture ID limit, whatever you name that plugin. So again, I started at 200, then 300, now 400. So the first spot is down here, max 400. This is actually a comment, so it's not really doing anything. But I did change it here. That's to 400. And then you have to scroll down until you find the part. Here we go. So max ID 400. Okay. Again, that should be a comment. So I'm not sure. Is it anywhere else in here? I don't think so. Blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. I don't see I don't see any other change that has to be made. But regardless, so I'll be candid with you 100%. I probably don't understand exactly why this works. Because to me, I thought these were just comments. Doesn't matter. You have to do this in order to make the button picture work for values over the normal limit of 100. So you're changing the value to 400 in a couple spots, or whatever value you choose, 200, 300, 400, whatever. And I'll just double check again here really quickly. I don't see any number. Yeah, there's nothing in there that I had to change. Okay, so you create a new plugin in something like Notepad. You name the file, right, whatever you want to name it, and it has to be a .js, JavaScript, right, a .js file. And you're going to put that into your plugin folder for your project. You have to change your ButtonPicture plugin, if you're using the ButtonPicture plugin, to increase that value as well. Okay? So that's the setup that you have to do. Now, how does it work functionally? Well, let me just show you a couple things before I show you this. If I'm here and I do show picture, and this is still working, right? I have the plugins are working here. If I go 100 and just pick an image, okay? Picture 100. Okay, perfect. Awesome. That's great. If I try to change that to 101, it says no, I can't do that. I can't go above 100. So when you want to use a picture ID higher than 100, you can't use the event command. You have to use a script instead. That's what this is. This is the script for show picture. You cannot use the show event. Show picture event command. It will not go above 100. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to show. The other thing that I'll show right now is you also can't erase pictures above 100. So if I try to use erase picture event command and say 101, it changes it back to 100. It says no, I can't do that. Okay, so that's the first thing that's important to know is you can't use the default event commands, right? Show picture, erase picture with those numbers. Okay, I would assume the same thing here is true. Move picture, you wouldn't be able to use move picture. You wouldn't be able to use rotate picture. Instead, you would have to use the script call versions. Okay, you'd have to actually use a script to do those. Okay, so that's out of the way. So you have your show picture script. I showed this in my previous video. I was highlighting this. So a script. $game capital screen dot show capital picture. So this is the script that's going to show my picture. Open parentheses. The first value is the picture number. So instead of 100 being the max, I picked 250 because I can have up to a picture ID of 400. So 250 is my picture number. Here is my name of my picture image, actor 1. 0 is whether the origin is going to be the upper left corner of the picture or the center of the picture. These values are the X and Y coordinates, so 144 pixels for X, 48 pixels for Y. 100 and 100, that's your scale, height and width. 255 is your opacity, and the 0 is the blend mode. Okay, so I'm putting 250 here because I want to use a picture ID above 100. And again, these line up to the show picture. Number, image name, the origin, the X and Y coordinates, right? The scale, the width and height percentage, the opacity, and the blend mode. Okay, so that's what the script is replicating. So I have a show picture for an ID of 250. I have a show picture of 200. again, I could put this anywhere up to 400 based on what I have for my plugin. And then, so when I do this and just do my test, here's the background. So it's showing one picture for the background and one picture for the little image. Okay, so that's what it's doing. That's what these two things are doing. And I just showed you that I can't erase those pictures using the erase picture command, because I can't plug in something higher than 100. I can use clear all pictures. So that works. It's a script. So it's going to show the pictures, wait 2 seconds, and then it's going to erase them. Okay, so that script works to erase the pictures. You can also use the script for just erasing pictures. Okay, so if I go back here, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go here. Let's see, I'm going to paste this here, and so the script for erasing a single picture is $GameScreen.erase picture again, right? So, and then inside here, this right now is using a variable, but all I have to do is change. Let's say I want to erase picture 200. So I'm going to change this variable to just the number 200. Okay, so now what's going to happen is this is going to show picture 250, show picture 200. It's going to wait 2 seconds. I'm going to actually insert something here so you. Yeah, I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to insert another wait here so you can actually see that it's doing it. Okay. So now what'll happen? It's going to show the picture, wait 2 seconds, erase one picture, wait 2 seconds, and then it's going to clear all the pictures, which means it'll erase the other picture. Okay. So here it goes. Show my 2 pictures, erase one, and then erase basically the other one, but erase all of them. So this is just demonstrating that you have to use the script to show pictures above 100, and you have to use either the script to erase a specific picture above 100 or all pictures. Okay, you could do that. Or in my previous video, I also showed how to do the this one. I showed the script for erasing a range of pictures. You could do that as well for, like, say 200 to 225, whatever. You could do the range there. Okay, all right. The other thing I want to point out is that because this is something to consider, one of the new features in MZ is that if I just do this and I go quick settings, it's going to show me the whoops. That's not going to work. Yeah, because I messed that up. I think. Let me see this one. I changed it. That's one of the danger. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Let me close that. Sorry. What was I trying to do? I wanted to show you something. Oh, here we go. So one of the new features in MZ is that when you're using the show picture event command, you can do quick settings now. And this allows you to not only see where the picture is going to be, but as you can see here, there's another picture, right? And you can actually just drag the pictures to where you want them to be, and it changes the X and the Y value, right? So you can drag these around and place it, the one that you're currently editing, okay? And so if there is no snow anymore, I changed that. But I do have a square, I have a Zorky, and I have these two I should. So if I were to go down here and edit this one and go to quick settings, I'm going to see all of these pictures that are right there and see how they sit compared to each other, do quick changes, drag them over the place. That's really cool. That's a nice feature. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the show pictures, right? If I edit this, I'm just editing the script. I'm not going to be able to see that what they call the quick settings. You don't have that in the script option. So there's that. Now I want to show you the button picture one that's working. So down here, I'm using the plugin text picture, and that's to make the text press appear on the screen. And I've highlighted this plugin in the past. So I'm using the plugin text picture so that I can show the word press on the screen. I'm using the script for show picture, and that press is going to be picture 400. And though I do want to highlight this, in order to use the text picture, you have to do show picture with a blank image. It cannot be an actual image. And in order to do that by script, you just have the single quotations with nothing in between. Okay, so if you notice here, there is a space, right? Or there is not. No, there is no space. So it's just single quotations. That is the same as not assigning a picture name when you're using the show picture. So that's important, number one. So I'm using the plugin text picture so that I can show the word press on the screen. I'm using the show picture script using a picture ID of 400, and this is going to be empty. It's going to be just empty quotations. Then I'm using the ButtonPicture plugin, and I'm assigning it the picture number of 400, okay? And then it's calling a comment event. So when I run this, just to show that it works, okay? Here's my word press. It's showing up on the screen. It's waiting for me to do something. I click press. It calls the comment event, which just says quit puzzle. And then the comment event is actually erasing that. And so when I go to here, here's my comment event that was called, and there's that script. $game screen dot erase pictures and then 400. You can erase the picture above 100, right, through the script. Okay, and that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show. So once again, in order to actually do this, you have to put this, okay, into a plugin. You have to make a plugin. This top portion is just a comment saying, what's going on, and then this is what's actually doing anything. And you have to have, and then the 400, you replace that with whatever value you want above the maximum normal maximum limit of 100, and you save this as a .js, okay, and put that into your JS folder of your project. And then you have to change your button picture, right? You have to change your button picture as well to that, increase it from 100 to whatever value you want. Then remember, you can't use the show picture or erase picture or any of these. You can't use any of these because it won't allow you to designate it above 100. It just won't let you do that. So instead, you have to use the script call way of doing it. So as I showed before, there's the script. You're using your higher picture number. When you go to erase pictures, you have to either do it by single number using the script or clear pictures, so clearing all the pictures on the screen. That does work, which is great. And then this just shows that the button picture does work, the functionality does work, and of course, if you were doing the plugin text picture, you don't have to modify this plugin, but you do have to make sure that you're using the script call for show picture so that you can get that higher picture number and, of course, the that blank, right? That empty image, which is what the text picture is using. Okay, And again, that's it, I think, pretty much, if I remember right. So I showed you the plugin you need. Again, I want to thank Bass2Yang for giving me that script. And I also want to give a shout out to another user over on the forum named Arthran, 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 because that user was the one who said, hey, you can change the ButtonPicture plugin. You could just go in, change these two values, and it'll be fine. So, because I didn't know how to do that. And so Arthran helped me understand that. And in the description of this video, I will give a link to the forum thread that this is based on. So it will have the script that Bass2Yang provided. It will have a back and forth dialogue on a couple of other things. But anyway, in case you want to reference that thread for how, for this background, where this came from. And that's it. I can't think of anything else. So you have to create your plugin. You have to name it correctly. You have to save it in the right place. You have to change your ButtonPicture maximum value in 2 places if you're going to use that. And then you have to use your script commands, because otherwise the default event commands will not take a number over 100. All right, well, that's it. I hope that's helpful. When I searched for this, I did see some people who looked for it and they didn't really get any answers. So I am so happy that the folks over on rpgmakerweb.com, the forums, that they were willing to step up and help me specifically. And so now I want to make sure that other people have this in case it's useful to them. Again, hope this is helpful. If you do find these videos helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, getting notifications, leave comments. If you have questions, by all means, you're welcome to leave comments. I try to answer them all. And I think the next video I'm going to do is going to be a demo of where my Sudoku puzzle game is at this point, because it's pretty close to getting out there for testing. So anyway, if I hope this was clear. I hope I explained this well. If I didn't, by all means, leave a message. I will put the link to that thread also in the description. And in the meantime, until I can get another video out or things like that, I want to wish everybody, happy gaming and happy game developing. And I wish you all the best. And I will talk to everyone later. Bye.